Kenya's Jua Kali sector is the biggest driver of the country's economy that constitutes 80 to 90% of the workforce.
We have a very robust informal sector, and therein we have people who've acquired skills and competences. And we know very well that they're doing a lot, not just for themselves as individuals, but also for the country at large in terms of promoting the economy of the country. So much so that they're not just supporting this country, but also being poached for to perform work outside the country.
A huge chunk of this workforce being self-taught in trades like construction, beauty, textile and mechanics, most often than not miss on opportunities in formal sectors due to lack of credentials.
RPL is used as a tool for inclusion for people who may have been disadvantaged by the traditional education training system. What recognition of prior learning does is that once people are certified, then it gives them visibility and access to job, if you like, or general employment opportunities.
To validate informal skilled workers in the Jua Kali sector, technical institutions are being interlinked to assess and award qualifications through the recognition of prior learning.
Before development and approval of recognition of prior learning, we did not have a mechanism, a national mechanism in place where such skills and competencies would actually be identified, recognized, assessed, and certified. We are able now to have it streamlined in the national qualifications framework, depending on what an individual demonstrates.
A case in point is Janet Mithe, an aspiring trainer in the beauty industry. Her self-taught beauty craft, passed down by a friend, has aided her in curving a niche and secure job opportunities after getting certified.
When I was in high school, I was so interested and I loved so much doing people's hair and doing makeup. I joined a family friend salon where I trained myself about how I can do dressing, how I can do nails, how I can do makeup. Later on, I started my own business.
In order to align with industry standards with those in the formal sector, she had to be assessed and graded. With her certification, now she's open to the international labor market.
When I went to register for RPL certificate exam, came with a client, nikamshuka, the exam was set, and then later on, I now get a certificate. Through this certificate, I can also work outside the country, abroad. I can go and get a job from any beauty industry from even outside the country.
Recognition of prior learning, RPL, provides a pathway to formal qualification for those who have acquired skills informally. The Kenya National Qualifications Authority coordinates and harmonizes education, training, assessment and quality assurance of all qualifications awarded in the country. Validating and acknowledging skills acquired outside traditional education setup, RPL is poised to aid those seeking re-entry into formal education and training as it enhances informal skilled personnel self-esteem.
That certificate, they feel now they are more confident, they can present themselves to their clients, or they can use that as a basis of negotiating or even engaging with peers, or without being looked down upon, or without necessarily looking as if they are not part of, for example, the occupational associations, and therefore RPL becomes a tool to give them another chance to rejoin or re-enter formal education training for purposes of continuing with their, for example, career.
The practice is now looking at certifying old practices like traditional medicine men and pottery once proper regulatory standards are set.
Any industry, any practice should be able to set their own standards, including that of herbal and traditional medicine, and then come forward to the qualification awarding institutions for purpose of regulating those qualifications or that practice.
We're looking at working with institutions like Kenya Medical Research Institute that has a very strong traditional medicine component, because we have people who are actually skilled in one way or another. So centrally, we want to ensure that no one is left behind, as long as there's proof for credibility.
Bentura Kumboka, K24, Nairobi.